Well, I'll call this budget and election of the Northeast United Church of Christ to order. We have really just 3 items on our agenda, and it should be pretty quick unless there's some questions. The first one is nominating committee. We have nominations for our 2025 elected coordinators and delegates. And I want to first of all thank everyone who served us last year. We have everyone coming back. And in fact, Vicki Todd is coming back. She took a year off as her trustee coordinator, but for this coming year, it'd be Doyle Danicus, diaconate coordinator, myself as trustee coordinator with Vicki. Jenny would be Christian stewardship coordinator. Phyllis Anderson would be coordinator of major gifts and endowments. Pam Nelson would be coordinator for music ministry. Cal Brown would be coordinator for technology ministry. Julie Leach and Gina Pigsley would be visual arts co-coordinators. Jenny Cardwell would be mission coordinator. And then myself and Jenny Cardwell would be on the major gifts and endowments. And then for delegates, it'd be Holly Gage and I for our Heartland Association. And then for Tri-Conference would be Gina and myself. Are there any other nominations?
What about the moderator and treasurer?
They serve another year,
Okay.
so we don't have to re-elect them. So right now, for your benefits, I serve as your moderator and treasurer. And then we have Merritt, who serves as clerk and also financial secretary. So that's our 2 main officers. 2 people wearing a couple hats, but we all are serving, and our terms continue on for another year. Is there any other nominations? Hearing none, I move that, or I would entertain a motion to approve the nominations for next year. Is there such a motion? Okay, it's been moved by Julie. Is there a second to the motion? That's good. I like that couple voting back there. It's been moved and seconded by the Leaches. Are there any discussion? If not, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say nay. Motion carried. The next item on the back of what you had there for the nominations was a proposed amendment to the church constitution. This originally came up, Phyllis Anderson, in looking through our constitution, noticed that we are required to have 2 signatures for any check that is $500 or more. And she proposed that we need to increase that since $500 is not a great sum anymore for expenses. So the proposal was to increase that by $1,000. Right now, we have 2 signatories required for any checks over $500. This would require 2 signatures for any check over $1,000 or more. So I entertain a motion to propose this amendment to our church constitution. Thank you. It's been moved. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Thank you. Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say nay. Motion carried. The last item, and left the best for last, is our proposed budget. For those who have worked on budgets on the council for many years, we have been very fortunate by the giving of all of you. It's made doing our budget so much easier. And the council last month, since we're now in December, met and we went line by line on each of the items. What you have here is what the council saw and is moved to be approved. It shows what our actual numbers were in 2020, 2021, 2022, 2023, what we have budgeted for this year, and what we've actually spent through the end of October. And then in the last column is what we are proposing for next year's budget. As you can see, we are very fortunate with our member giving. We have continuously received great giving, and we have also been very fortunate that our building use fees have increased significantly. That's due to obviously the Hispanic Church, but just recently with the addition of Lincoln Hygiene Network, as well as the Tasty Trailer when they use our parking lot. We've also been very fortunate over the last 3 years now to have the ability to have more income than expenses. So we've been able to carry over a significant amount of money in our general operating reserve, and we have budgeted that we will carry over into 2025 $110,000, which is very good, because if you look at the last page, you'll see the number that we have estimated we would have available for a new pastor of $145,564. Now, we wouldn't expect to pay that all in 1 year, but it would be good to be able to have that available over an extended period of time. But in terms of the income, we're very, very good. In terms of expenses, you'll see what we have spent and what we have budgeted. And what we've tried to do is basically go with what we budgeted last year and then just increase it if we saw that there was need to increase the numbers based on just costs going up. There are a couple items that you should know. One is we propose an increase in Pastor Penny's salary of $250 more a month. And then also for Gina's salary, we propose to pay her minimum wage. Under the state statute, it's $13.50 now, as of January 1, for a part-time position of 20 hours. So those are some of the things I would highlight, but what we've done is we've tried to look at what we've spent over the last 10 months and what if we were needed to readjust those numbers. So what it turns out is that based on what we expect to have in terms of revenue, less our expenses, we would still have a surplus of $111,000 at the end of next year. And then you'll see on the last page what we have received in terms of pledges, not only for general giving, but diaconate, CE, pantry, the breakfast, and the music. So we're very blessed, and I can't express to you enough my gratitude for the giving, not only of your money, but also the time that you spend here at the church, making sure that everything is going well as Pastor Penny and all that she has done to lead us. So I would entertain a motion to approve the budget. Then we can discuss it if there's any questions. Is there a motion to approve the budget?
I'll move.
Jenny's moved it. Is there a second?
I'll second.
It's been seconded by Julie. Is there any discussion? Any questions anyone has? If you have any questions, feel free to see me or any of the council members. Okay, we'll call a vote. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say nay. Motion carried. That's the 3 items that I had on the agenda. Does anyone else have anything they want to bring up at this time? Seeing none? Motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Okay, it's seconded.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. I don't think you've run very many meetings that are this short. All those in favor say aye. All those opposed say nay. Motion carried. Thank you.